Okay. Wouldn't it be lovely to make contact with another civilization that has arisen and evolved independently? And so what we did was to devise a complicated message, which you can see here, of zeros and ones. Now the key to this is that the total number of zeros and ones is 31 times 31 times 31. 31 cubed. And it suggests that it's a pictorial message in 3 dimensions.
It was not necessarily a 3-dimensional model at first. It could have been a movie. And it was only when we had drawn them out and looked at them that it became very uncertain whether it was anything like that.
Since it was a dull movie, you figured it was really a 3-dimensional.
That was about the size of it.
So here is, in 3 dimensions, what the resulting model is like. Now let's see what the graduate students have to say about their interpretation of this funny-looking message.
And although we know that you have a sense of humor, Mickey Mouse was not our idea of a joke, so it had to be something else.
The only thing it really looked like was a molecular orbital type drawing of a molecule. And the first one that came to my mind was formaldehyde.
And Kathy is in fact right. This was intended to be a formaldehyde molecule, although it does look a little bit like Mickey Mouse, in which there's a carbon atom, 2 hydrogens, and an oxygen. Now, what could the significance of that be? Why go to all this trouble to simply say formaldehyde? And the answer is that formaldehyde has a radio to be a formaldehyde molecule, although it does look a little bit like Mickey Mouse, in which there's a carbon atom, 2 hydrogens, and an oxygen. Now, what could the significance of that be? Why go to all this trouble to simply say formaldehyde? And the answer is that formaldehyde has a radio frequency attached to it. And what all of this trouble is about is the message is saying, don't listen on this station. This isn't the station that's interesting. Listen on the formaldehyde station, and that's where the Encyclopedia Galactica will be. Notice that if we made a serious such search and succeeded, the results would be inestimable. We will have ended the isolation of mankind from the rest of the universe forever.
Let me tell you the story of the master race, the Aryans, refugees of Atlantis, descendants of Noah, descendants of Ashkenaz. Let's call them the Salamonsters, stuck in the crater of the apes. Let's tell the story of a brilliant agent. Let's call him 006. Brilliant actor, psychopath, probably an MK Ultra victim with multiple personalities. Trained in Great Britain, was sent to Germany to take power. Sponsored by his fellow Salamonsters, the Rothschilds. A new invention was made, the cyclotron, and the purpose was to look if this device was able to mind control an entire population. The answer was yes. In no time, 006 had seized power and installed a 1,000-year empire, worshipped like a god. But the Salamonster Council decided that Europe was not big enough. They wanted the whole world. So they aborted the 1,000-year empire. Hitler was defeated, Germany destroyed, and 006 was sent to the US, where he had a bigger military-industrial complex at his disposal. A new personality was created, Uncle Walt. But in order to make the new personality work, the old personality had to be vilified. But Uncle Walt was a bit homesick, so he was reunited with some old German friends. Very soon, Uncle Walt was pulling off his old tricks, and he was mind controlling the complete Western world, with a little bit of help of his friends, of course, filling the world with cyclotrons and mind-controlled TVs, landing on the moon, colonizing the bigger Earth in search of Papa and Mama. Sending messages in space. Help! We are stuck on the planet of the apes. Please help us. Look for formaldehyde. Well, a lot of people will say